Hey, what's up? What's up? Wherever you're viewing this video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or blackloveandmarriage.com, wherever you're at, what's happening? My name is Iana Ma'at, and I'm coming real quick because I want to give a message that I don't normally give, and I'm going to get right to it. The message is stop doing you. Stop doing you. So I want you to let that sink in for a moment. For anyone who has followed me for any length of time, you know that this is kind of contrary to how I normally get down. I don't come saying, don't do you. I'm always talking about being your authentic self, pushing yourself to birth who you are and what you are and own yourself, and don't try to fit into somebody else's mold, and don't try to be like somebody else or see how you can make it work like they're making it work, because the moment you do that, then it's disingenuous. It doesn't come across the same. You don't have the same success. You don't understand what's broken because you're not being who you are, right? You ain't flowing in your flow. You're not in the current or the vibe of your own life. So you're like, why you just say don't do you then? Stop doing you. I'm saying that today because I've had to stretch myself lately. A whole lot. and so if I was just to do me, if I was to do what was comfortable for me, I think you might know where I'm going now, then you know what I'm saying, like I wouldn't have had some of the small successes that I've had lately. I wouldn't have made some of the connections that I needed to make. I wouldn't be able to sit here before you and tell you that I feel satisfied with my path over the last couple of weeks. Not necessarily even my outcome or my results, which ain't bad either, but just, you know what I'm saying, my path. Am I giving my best? Am I doing all that I can do to push forward, to get to where I want to go? Because we all know whether we are bull blah, 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 or not. We know if we messing around or if we're really giving it our all, right? And so essentially, what I want you to understand is this: there are inclinations that you have, there are preferences that you have, there are places and spaces that feel real good and cozy and comfortable to you. And so when you are in alignment with who you are and what you're supposed to do, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be comfortable all the time, right? It doesn't mean that, everything's going to be cool and, everything's going to be kosher all the time. What it means is that you can find a sweet spot and you can get in a flow as you move towards your destiny, because you are moving towards the place that, in my belief, God has called you to move towards, and you are doing what you are supposed to be doing. But it doesn't mean that you just get to do you. And for example, when you need to speak to people, or you need to reach out to somebody, or you need to have a conversation, or you need to take a risk and ask for help, because that's not really natural to you. You're an introvert. You don't really be rapping to people like that. You ain't trying to go over here and talk to this person. You certainly ain't going to ask for no help. Just because those things are not natural to you, that doesn't mean that you can say this: I don't do all that. I'm good. I'll figure it out. I ain't really, I'm not the one for all of that. I just kind of keep to myself. I like to work alone, blah, blah, blah. Because when you do that, you resist progress. And what you resist, it will persist, because wherever you go, there you are. And until we deal with the fact that as we move along our path, we have to make sure that we are checking and that we are having checkpoints, so that we stop for a moment and say, wait a minute, am I just doing me? Have I challenged myself today? Have I looked at my week and seen anywhere where I was a little uncomfortable? Is there any place where I leaned into a place that was opposite of who I am? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I tell folks in counseling, I say to folks, you should do what does not come natural to you. Do the opposite. And oftentimes with couples, guess what? Whatever comes natural for you, wife, it doesn't come natural for husband. And whatever comes natural for husband doesn't come natural for wife. And so what you all usually are supposed to be teaching one another is how to become better at what the other person does. So, my husband, he teaches me things and brings out qualities in me that are inherent and innate for him. And I do the same for him. I bring things out of him that are innate and automatic for me. And so we help grow each other that way. But if I just want to lean on and resist being uncomfortable, and I just want to do me all day, you know what I'm saying? Then life is going to be pretty one-sided. I'm going to have one experience, one perspective, one existence that is not rich, it is not pushing, it is not beautiful, it is not birthing anything. And so I think I have really exhausted this thing greatly. I just want to say, y'all, push. Lean into your discomfort. Where have you been uncomfortable lately? And if you have looked at my last couple of videos that I've done on my page, you notice that this theme keep coming up. So I must be getting a little uncomfortable lately. And I'm going to be able to speak to it a little more specifically in the coming week or so. But until then, just know this. Stop doing you. Stop making excuses. That's what I do. That's how I be. That's how I go. Oh, I'm not the one. I'm not here for that. I don't do this. This is what I do. All right, we know that. And there are strengths to that. I'm almost certain of that. But for every strength you have, there is an equal and opposite other side. And that strength is usually a double-edged sword. And the other side of it can cut you, and it can cut the life out of your progress and cut the life from you. So make sure that you do not mess yourself up being focused on just doing you. Do you, but do it intelligently, do it in an enlightened way, do it in a conscious way. Push yourself. You know what I always say, y'all. Stop playing and start pushing.